You are now about to witness
Knicks real talk, just enter the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't use on YouTube, frugal with stats as usual facts. It's your man, the brand, his hands on, going hard like calluses. Who style this? Aiming at your mental with the game analysis. On a pregame show, read the script, you know we get it like crypto. On the rip though, I side with the cryptic, we locked them from the get-go. On the Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like sauce, the KRT drip club leading up the tip off. We flew by confident, put your Nick content in beast mode like my charm. We a cheat code, we roll the ball too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Price Knicks going to the wire. Hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, Korea popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your bro to the link that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding in the orange blue skies. In Metropolitan, we connecting the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms and fast and fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Nick to the assassin.
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
Hey, what's good, everybody? Salute, salute. What is good? What's going on, man? Knicks Real Talk. We in the building. Divine Shot Powers, Knicks, Phoenix, out in Arizona. They will get it popping out there in about another hour, man. We're going to get in here and try to lead up to the pregame and talk everything about that. So let me bring my partner in the building so we can really get this thing flying off the rails, man. What's going on, Shot Powers?
Salute to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the family in the chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Queen Darlene, what's good? Lady First, Jermaine Royce, and my brother Daniel, what's good? Barry, what's popping, my man? Doug Fresh, what's good, man? Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody out there, man. It's Friday night, Knicks on KRT and MSG, because the Knicks are playing on MSG tonight. So you get the best of both worlds tonight, man. But listen, we're going to get in here and talk about it, get it popping. Knicks came off a win the other day, got back on into the winning column. We're going to get into that, break all that down. But other than that, man, it's Friday. I'm glad to be here with everybody. Talk this Knicks basketball and everything like that, man. Break this content down. But I'm good, man. I'm here. I'm ready to go. A little later than usual because they're on that West Coast thing. So we're in here a little later, and which is fine. We got to do a lot of things today and then get it all out the way to get ready to get in here with you guys, you ladies and gents, to get it popping. My brother Radu, what's popping, my man? What's going on? Radu's in the building. Rod, what's good, my bro? But yeah, Shop House, man, we got a game tonight, man. Down here in Phoenix, man, should be a good one. So I'm looking forward to this game, man. We got to be road warriors now, so let's get in here and get it popping tonight.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like you said, Divine, Knicks back on the winning ways, and let's see if they can execute the next 5-game winning streak. Let's see if they can come off a losing streak and go right back onto a winning streak. Team not to take lightly. Team's playing pretty good. The stats are pretty similar, and their record, I think they're 7th, 6th, 7th, or 8th in the West or something like that. I think it was 7th. But yep. 7th, right? So they're playing good basketball, man, and they got a knockdown killer shot play over there, and it's going to be an interesting game to watch. And these next couple of games can really tell us where we're going to be. I think shortly we'll see some guys coming back to finalize the roster. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, real talk, man. That is going to be an interesting game night because them guys out there, like Shaw said, 22 and 15, they 7th in the West. Got the all-star net and the superstar Devin Booker out there. Got some quick hard-nosed players like Royce O'Neal and Dillon Brooks. Them guys, they are truly the thuggish type of basketball players. Not nothing negative, but they are thuggish, hard type of players. They're going to try to make you feel their presence. They're going to try to disrupt your game, throw you off your game and all that. So it's a lot of things that we're going to be watching for that tonight. So it's going to be a good game, man. They got Mark Williams down there. They got a good team. That's why they are where they are. And they even missing Jalen Green for that much. So, but right now we got to play who in front of us because we missing players as well. I think it's going to be an interesting game tonight. Going to be an entertaining game out there in Phoenix, man, in Arizona, in the desert, man. So we got to go out there and see if we just can put all our thoughts together, put our mind together, and try to go out there and get a win. I'm really looking for this thing, man. Like I said, here you go right there. Road Warriors, come out to play. We just got to come out to play tonight, man. We got to go out there and go on the road and be Warriors and try to win this thing. And then moving over to the next one, man. So I'm really looking forward to this game. It's a good challenge for the Knicks. I like our chances, and that's a tough team out there. They got a good home record. They got a talented roster. They hard. They they do what they do. But I think we got players. To me, I think I would say that Shaw Power, just from my perspective, I think our talent is a little bit more superior than theirs, but they got some grit over there. I mean, I think Dylan Brooks is having a phenomenal year, better than most of the best year I've seen the players he's been playing in the league. He's having a good year. Obviously, Devin Booker. And they got Mark Williams, like I said earlier. They got a lot of good guys there who can do what they do. Gillespie at the point guard now, but like I said, they're missing Jalen Green. So I do think they're going, they still going to be, they formidable. They beat, I think they beat OKC a couple of games ago. So these guys is ready to go, man. They ain't no walkover, you know what I mean? So we can't take them lightly. But I also think, our guys is ready to turn that page after having that disappointing week or two. When we lost 4 games in a row, I think they kind of put on a good performance in MSG the other day to get back against the Clippers and get back to their winning ways. I like the way they played basketball. I had 125, 113 with 123, 111, ladies and gentlemen. So it was just fun from that note, just to have some fun with it, with our prediction standpoint. But other than that, it's just another game on the doctrine. We still got quite a few more to go. I don't even think we hit the halfway season yet. So, but we're getting close every day it moves further. And just on some quick notes, ladies and gentlemen, obviously the New York Knicks did waive Toussaint Wednesday. So that opens up another 2-way roster spot. What they do with it remains to be seen. I don't expect anything, but I know they just opened up a 2-way roster spot. And obviously, I think they still might be looking forward to moving Yabusele at a trade deadline. So other than that, that's the only thing really popping in Knicks news that I know of. Just at the Toussaint thing that came about Wednesday. Whether they bring up somebody from the G League. We heard somebody. I don't know if Moses Brown, where he at. I don't know. I know I heard people talking about him a couple of weeks ago. But nevertheless, that young man is no longer with the organization. So we see what they're gonna do from there, man. They still got Trey Jameson and who's the other? McCullough on a 2-way deal. So we'll see what's gonna happen with that shop. But other than that, that's about the only thing out in Knick land that really changed since the last couple of days that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I was looking at some guy from Auburn or something like that to bring him up to the G League, not on 2-way, but to the G League. I think they're going to move Dink Pate into that 2-way contract if he decides to go back to college. I think they can lock him in if they sign him to that 2-way deal or something like that, or something like that. That I've been out there trying to figure out some things. So. Whatever happens and stuff, this is the time of the year. It's coming down and it's after the new year. And this one I knew that they will probably make the trade. Usually in years past, if they will make the trade, it would be prior to the new year. This year, they need to go as far as they can, closest to the deadline, so they can make as much money as they can, or less money to pay out as they can to sign someone. I think that's what they're looking to do. So you'll probably see the Knicks more like the end of this month going into February before they maybe make a definite move, unless something really pops off. I believe. At least from what I've seen. So with that being said, the Knicks is ready for the night, man. I'm ready for the night. Devon, you ready for the night?
No doubt about it, my man. Always looking
No doubt about it. Let's get it.
Looking for the Knicks to win. Let me shout out to the chat, man. Mr. Walter White, what's good? Walter White, what's good, my man? Good to see you in the building. Fabian, my dude, man. Fabian, I was watching one of the old intros from the other day, man. It was banging too, but brother, you've been supporting and rolling with us since day one. We appreciate you, Fabian, man. It had me got like Uncle Fabe in the chat. That was like a couple of years ago. Salute to you, Fabian, for always being part of the show and representing with us. D-Rod, what's good, my man? Rodriguez is in the building. D-Rod, what's popping? And obviously, we got the one and only Mr. Ron, CEO SKF Army, the general was in the building. What's good, Ron? Good to see you, my man. Happy New Year too. I know I ain't seen you in a minute, but Happy New Year's to you, man. Sherman is in the building. Sherman, what's good, my man? But we here, man. Knicks got a tough game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Them boys go hard. Like I said, Royal Warriors come out to play tonight because them cats really go hard over there, and they don't even have Jalen Green tonight. But like I said, Dylan Brooks been having a good year, one of the better years he's been playing in the NBA. Him and Royce O'Neal got that thuggish mentality to them, like I said earlier, so we had to be on our P's and Q's with them guys because they some scrappers, man. Mark Williams doing what he's doing down there at the center spot, like I said, and obviously got the great Devin Booker down there, and Gillespie is not no joke at the point guard, being that Jalen Green is out, and Ryan Dunn, all them guys, man, they can get down in Phoenix. They, like I said, they're having a good year so far, and that's in the West as well. So we just got to hope that our guys can kind of pick up where they left off. The Clippers, but they're gonna have to play with a lot of more physicality against these guys, and also don't let them take them out their game mentally, because like I said, that's what Dylan Brooks and them do. They're gonna, make you scrap, make you have your mind thinking about other things than focus on what you need to do. So let's hope that these guys be focused on their task tonight, go out there, just try to get this game and move on to the next. And to keep us, to get that, we got that nasty taste out of our mouth, shot power the other night against the Clippers. I like what I seen, and some things I see, some things I didn't like. But for the most part, I seen a lot of things that we didn't see in the last 4 losing games. One was the defense didn't give up a lot of points. Thank God of that. You know what I mean? And we kind of played it in the first half. Kawhi had it going. James Harden had it going. But the second half, they did a great job on the guys. They made the adjustments, and it kind of slowed that down. They was able to Zubac as well, and they was able to kind of do what they do. So that's a good win for us because we really need it, man. We was in the valley like crazy. So we're not at the valley yet, but we took a step getting out of the valley. We just got to climb that rope a little more. Hopefully we'll just get to the top. We good. So, but other than that, I'm looking forward to the guys go out there compete tonight. Just compete. Bring your A game. Hopefully bring your A game, and you give yourself a good chance to win on the road. We need to get back to the road warrior mentality. We were pretty good on the road last year. This year, not so much this early yet. That doesn't mean we can't get better, but this would be a good test tonight. I kind of like this road trip for the Knicks shop, how after going through all in trials and tribulations over the last 4 or 5 games, they get away from the Garden on Friday night Knicks and go on the road and kind of get what they sell and try to get all the distractions out the way and just, it's you against everybody now and see what they can do. Hopefully they come out there and get a win tonight.
Yeah, I think the record is 6-8. They're not playing as well as they did last year on the road, but that's not a bad on the road record. You are under 500, but that over this next 4 games on the road can change that real quick. The Knicks played fantastic last game, man. That was one of the better games. I believe that they did everything I always preach about. They pushed the pace, they controlled the pace, they grabbed the rebounds, they got over 27. They was shooting the free throws. Deuce McBride is a fire starter. But he hitting like 50% of three. Every time he shoot a 3, he think it's going in. Every time Deuce get the ball in his shoe, you don't think it's going in. Anyway, that's a fan in me. So I think if they come out and have that same mentality as they had in the last game and in prior games to the last game, I think they have a very, very, very good chance of going out here and winning tonight. And if they can continue it, I think they could knock these teams. This little run is going to be something. This game is Sunday's game because we play. So I think we'll be okay, man. I think we'll be okay. I think we see them again when we get back to the Garden, right? In 5 games or so. So I think we play them twice in this next week or so. So whatever it is, I think the Knicks are going to get out there. If they play anything like they did the last game, with a good defense and a great, better offense, I think we got a good shot of going out there and winning tonight.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's all about just going there and compete. I think if the Knicks compete and they do the things they're supposed to do, and they could win just about against anybody. We've seen that happen already. But if they don't bring their A game, they can get smacked around like they be seen in the last 4 games. So it's on them to bring their A game every night. Because if not, this league got a lot of parity. They got a lot of talented teams. That's why it's the NBA. And if you don't come there fully equipped and with your arsenal, somebody got their arsenal ready for you. And tonight, these cats got an arsenal like Devin Booker is they do. You know what I mean? Like I said, so what do the Knicks do? If you look up and down that starting lineup, we'll talk about that later. He's going to be your focal point. And what's interesting, and I like it from this standpoint, because Devin Booker going to get Devin Booker points. But what I like about tonight, we deal with it in the key matches, but I think they probably throw Deuce on him. You know what I mean? and let Deuce chase him around a little bit, or try to stay in front of him and all that stuff. And Devin Booker going to get his points. It's not about him not getting his points. It's about him making his percentages rough. So I think somebody like Deuce Brown, you're not going to stop Devin Booker. But what you can do is try to make his percentages not as good as he would if he just got some scrub on him. He dropped a 75 or 50 on him. But I think Deuce Bryan, he's a guy that will defend the basketball. And that don't mean that my man not going to get his buckets, because that's what he do. That's what he knew. Devin buckets. You know what I mean? Devin Booker's Devin buckets. You know what I mean? So he can go out there and do what he got to do as well. But let's see. Let's see how it goes, man. I think the Knicks ready to play now. I do believe they're going to come out there and play, because I think they had a bad couple of weeks. Literally had a bad couple of weeks. It was crazy, you know what I mean? And I can tell by the way we responded to it, you know what I mean? And it was just tough, man, you know what I mean? So let's hope that we see a different outcome tonight. But I'm looking forward to this one. They out there in Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, 9 o'clock, is where we at, man. We're going to get it popping in here. They're going to get it popping out there. They're out there in Arizona, man, in the desert, man. So let's go out there and, try to get this thing. And after that, it doesn't stop, because then you go right to Trailblazers, then you got the Kings, you got the Warriors. Like you said, you come back to the Garden, you play them back at the home. So, we need to go out there and try to, Kings of not Blazers. Blazers is an interesting team to me. Shaw Powell, you can't take them lightly. They got a good team down there, man. Despite all the, the Chauncey Billups things, I think I'm quite sure now that that's probably in the rear view, no matter what happened with them. These guys got a talented team, though. So Trailblazers going to be interesting. And obviously Kings don't have a defense, but they got some bucket getters, obviously DeRozan and Levine and all them guys. You got Keon Ellis, Keegan Murray going to be out for a while and all that stuff. But other than that, they still got some talent down there, but I don't think they're going with Sabonis been out for a while. So this, I think somebody in the chat said, I think Size 9 said it is kind of the weakest part of the West Coast schedule, because once they go out to the when they got the Lakers and all these dudes and whatever.
And the February going into March, right.
So, but you still got to play the teams in front of you, you know what I mean? And no matter who in front of you, you got to go out there and beat these guys to try to beat them, whether they 1-30 or they 29 and whatever. You still got to go out there and bring your A game, because you can get smacked around by anybody if you don't come up with your A game. So the Knicks need to get it popping tonight. So I'm really looking forward to a good game tonight, man. What the outcome going to be, we'll see. But I do like our chances, though, for sure. And this is a good test for us. Really go on the road, see if we can establish some type of some road court dominance in a little bit, and try to get back on our over 500 on the road. Because obviously we can, which I think we can, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 games on the road. Let's say hypothetically we can go out there and win 4 in a row, and we lost 4 in a row. So let's say we can go out there and win 4 in a row on the road. That puts us back over 500 for the season. So let's see how it goes, one game at a time. But it ain't going to be easy, because, like I said, it's the NBA and they talented, and that is what it is, man. But salute to the rest of the chat, man. Let me shout out some people who came up in the building. Travel Vibes, Celso was good. Porter was in the building with us. JD, Johnny Davis was good, my man. Salute to you as well. Just a few people we didn't shout out. We got in here, man. Sides in the building. Size 9 is in the building. Travel was good, my man. Walter White, I spoke to you earlier. Brian Acosta, as always, thank you for keeping the lights on, man. We appreciate you. You already know that, my man. Salute to you for real. And let's go get it, man. Radio X Thing, what's good? Let's go, Radio. What's good, my man? Appreciate you coming in, Radio. Let's go, Knicks kick. Let's go get it, man. We got to go out there, Radio, and get it popping. I think we go out there and try to win this thing, man. Real talk. Salute the Nick Nation in the building. What's good, Nick Nation? But like I shop houses, it's another game on the doctor, my man. We got to go out here and try to find a way to win it the best way we can. Like I said, them dudes I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna try to take you out your game tonight. My man, Royce O'Neal and Dylan Brooks them cats is different. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it like that. There's a different type of ball players over there. So we got to make sure that we don't let them antagonize us the wrong way and get us out of our mental game. Because they are some guys who could do that. Rough riders, that you would say. They ride rough too. So, but you know what? Only way you deal with a bully is counter them. And let's see if we can do that tonight, man. So let's see how it goes, man. But other than that, man, we in here. Y'all in here. We in here. Knicks over there. We don't get it, man. Friday Night Knicks on MSG and Friday Night Knicks and KRT. Real talk, man. We here, man. But other than that, man, Shaw Powers, let's go out here, man. What's your thoughts on this game real quick?
Yeah, man. Everything Cole was saying about this game, man. I just think the Knicks are gonna get out there and get at it. Like I said, if they come out with the same intensity or the same gameplay that they had the last game, they'll be fine. They push the pace. They got to get out there and rebound the basketball. And someone mentioned, I think it was Sherwin that was in the comment about they're going to try to frustrate Cat tonight. They got 4 big guys at 6'10", 6'11", 6'11". They got some big dudes over there that's going to probably try to frustrate Cat. If Cat can stay in his right frame of mind, and stay within the offense, I think he'll be fine tonight. And I mean, I'm okay with Cat catching the ball at the top of the key and driving to the hole because that's how he moves. That is his move. Everybody wants him to start from some other way, back people down. He doesn't do that as often. He does have a jump hook shot. If he gets you down low, if he gets you on his backside, he'll do it. But his basic move is up faking you at that top of the key and driving past you and either laying it up or dunking it on you. So I'm happy with seeing him do that. Getting to the line, he gets to the line a lot. So I hope that he can utilize his body and his momentum going to the basket to divert these 6'11" guys. And they're not Cat. I mean, Cat is a phenomenon. He's a superstar, and I'm looking forward for him to have a superstar type game against this West Coast team, knowing that he's coming from the West for so many years. He knows these teams like the back of his hand. So I'm hoping that he can get out here and really work it out tonight and dominate this team. And I mean, he knows what this team is about. I mean, maybe not with the same players of last year or the year before, but they know the same creed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we just got to go out there, man. And Cat just got to be Cat. I mean, he didn't get to where he got in his career. The Cat got to where he got in his career, put up the numbers he put up, got the accolades that he got because who he is. I mean, is he perfect? No. Nobody's perfect. No, none of us. I mean, and I know that for sure. So, but what you can do is just try to be your best that night. That's just really what it's all about. Just hopefully he could be the best that he could be tonight. Hopefully Brunson can be the best he could be tonight, better than he was maybe a couple of games ago. Hopefully all of them could be better than they were. But they did come out and play the other night. That was encouraging. We knew the thing wasn't going to last forever, and it didn't. So that's a good thing. But tonight going to be a different challenge because we're not in MSG with all the fans, and we knowing the nets, and we knowing the lights, and we knowing every little thing about that arena. We're in a different arena, different area, different crowd noise, everything. So how you going to adjust to all that stuff, we'll see. But no matter, like I said, whether they OKC, whether they San Antonio, whether they Detroit, whatever, you still got to play them. So we just got to go in there and try to play some Knicks basketball and be on our game, and hopefully that it all come to fruition and everything like that. But one thing I did notice the other night, Shot Powers, is that I think you talked about it earlier. We did actually was crazy because we all talked. Not just you, we all did. That you noticed Mike Brown went to a shorter rotation the other night. He went to a shorter rotation. He shortened up the rotation. Obviously he gave Yabusele a chance to showcase himself and things of that nature. Then obviously, Tyler Cole was really the only one of the younger guys I consider younger that got off the bench. I think I think he's locked in the rotation anyway. But now that we hopefully when Josh Hartman come get back and everything, but I noticed that he went to more of the veteran players. And then the young experience, which I don't mean anything. I think for that night, I just think that has something to do with maybe they want to showcase my man, and he put up he had a pretty good night too. So that could bode well for them on a trade value. Why? Because if they are going to trade him, which I hear that they might, at least he get to showcase some of the that what he could do. And I think he did a good job the other night of going out there playing ball. Yabusele, salute to him, man, for staying ready and not letting the non-playing time affect his character and all his morale and everything. He just went out there and did what he's supposed to do because he's an NBA ball player and he get paid to do a job. And he went out there and did a job, and I think he did it pretty good the other night. So salute to Yabusele, for going out there and not letting all that negative distraction by not getting no playing time and all that good stuff, and just go out there and play hard. And he went out there and played hard. So salute to Yabusele. But other than that, man, listen, we're gonna go over the injury reports and the key the lineups and everything like that. And then, we'll jump in here and, make it happen, open the panel and everything like that, because that will be 8:30. So I'm almost there and everything. So once I go through the preview and everything, then we'll jump back on. We open up the panel. But it's It's Knicks Real Talk, man. Friday night Knicks on MSG, Friday night Knicks on KRT, Knicks Phoenix, Arizona, Morgan Center. We got the chat in the building. We got the fans in the building, man. Let's go get it, man. We'll be back in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and break this content down and see who's starting, who's not, see who's injured and who's not, all that good stuff, man. And we'll be right back, man. Let's get it. Yeah, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, man. You see the starting lineup from a KRT perspective. Next, we'll talk. Like I said, we got Deuce Bride in the game tonight instead of Mitchell Robinson. I think it worked out well the previous game. So that's a good thing. He can guard guys like help guard Devin Booker. Pretty much the numbers on the for the stats is about the same. I think they only shoot around 36 from downtown. Obviously, we shooting a little better at 38. Rebounding numbers is about a point or two different. Field goal percentage as well. Overall, the numbers is relatively the same. Excuse me. I had the key matchup. Shot power was interesting. I had Mikal with Dillon Brooks. Obviously, I think that's going to be the 2-guard matchup. But the 3 and the 2. But I do think instead of Brunson, they might throw Deuce Bride on Devin Booker on Devin Buckets tonight. And I think Mark Williams and Cat go at the 5 spot. I think Anunoby and Royce O'Neal are going to be a good battle. Royce is a 3-point shooter. He's not really a bully type player, but he's a good 3-point shooter. Dillon Brooks, he got a little arsenal around. His arsenal has been pretty good this year. His midi game has been pretty good this year. He can knock down the 3, you leave him open. So, it's going to be an interesting matchup there tonight. And Gillespie, I think that Jalen Brunson can handle that point guard situation, but I'm really looking forward to the Devin Booker and Deuce Bride situation. I think if Deuce Bride can keep Devin Booker from raising up all over the place, he pulls up at that mid-range and with the best of them. He off the bounce, he just can shoot that shot with ease, you know what I mean? And he's been doing it for a long time, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. But other than that, the same 2 usual suspects is out on the injury report. Shaman and Hart, they could be around the corner though, if I'm not mistaken. Shot Powers, like them guys to be here pretty soon, so that's a good thing. Once we get them back, it'll just be some more firepower to add to the arsenal because you're missing certain things from them guys that we just don't got going on right now. Not on a consistent basis. Not that DeWar and them can't do it. They just can't do it consistent that these guys do it. But I think they're going to be good when they come back. But other than that, it's going to be a good challenge tonight for sure.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward for the guys to get out there and play some basketball. If you have to, if you got to shorten the roster a little bit tonight, to shore up your game tonight, then do what you need to. 9.5, as he said in one of the earlier interviews that he had. If you want to get back to that style of basketball, so be it. You know what I mean? So guys can be in rhythm. I think I'm just thinking that the guys are going to have a better night tonight. And if they could stay on the road, only person you can depend on is yourself, you and your team, your team, and your coaches. And what your coaches tell you to do, they must see something that you don't see, so try to implement it. I believe that if they do that tonight, I think the Knicks are going to have a good night out. And I think they're going to really, make some – I'm just feeling my my fandom today, man. I think the Knicks are gonna change people's minds. Everybody, oh, the Knicks are all out of it, 4 games losers. I just now, if the Knicks can succeed tonight and also take a good win Sunday, and then what people are gonna start saying that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm hoping for tonight. And my fandom tonight, the Knicks come out here and they really you know, I don't want to say shellacking, but put a nice win on the docket on the road, which we need to start winning more often.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, even if it's 1 point, 2 points, or 30 points.
Right. I think all that.
Right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, well, let's go through this. They in a white drip tonight. New York's in a white drip. Phoenix is in a black drip tonight. And if we look at the projected starters, say they got Mitchell Robinson starting tonight. I think it's going to be Deuce and Bravo. We'll see. Phoenix, they're rolling out, which I the same thing I had: Devin Booker, Cullen Gillespie, Brooks, Royce O'Neal, and Mark Williams. Dylan Brooks is, like I said, he's having a good season, ladies and gentlemen. And I think I think he's getting more points is because Jalen Green has also been out, so he get a little bit more touches with Jalen Green not being there because he's been out with the hamstring situation. But nonetheless, he's still having a good year, Dylan Brooks. He really is. And I think Royce O'Neal does what they does. He do what he do. So we just got to be ready for that. So other than that, Josh Hart out, Yabusele game time decision quad, and Landry Shaman is still out. For them guys, like I said, Jalen Green is out, and Jamari Boya, he is out. They've been out for a while. Concussion for him, but I had him game time, but he's out now. But Jalen Green has also been out, so that's pretty much what's happening on there, man. But other than that, I think the Knicks go out there and just play ball tonight, and go out there and battle and compete and leave everything on the floor and just try to get a win. They might not even win the game, but go out there and make a gallant effort to win the game. And they can go out there and try to win the game and move on to the next one, which is the ultimate goal is to win and go on to the next one. And I think they can go out there and get it done. I think they can go out there and play pretty hard. And I think that's going to be interesting. And yeah, Fabian, you did about that. That Brunson with O'Neal. That's interesting because I think they always had that little back and forth chirping. But also Devin Booker and Jalen Brunson. You remember, I think a couple of years ago before he came in Nick, when Jalen Brunson sent them cats home in Phoenix, I think Devin Booker did something called Jalen Brunson soft. You saw, and that day I know Jalen Brunson gave him a body, then slung him into the fucking backstop. Like the next play there, he was like, "You soft, you whatever." Next day I know they could not caught Jalen Brunson, gave him a Brunson body, must have sent him like 20 feet. Bow, hit the back stanchion and hit the floor. I was like, "Listen, leave that young man alone. He ain't no little punk. He might not have got that thug look to him, but he ain't no soft punk. That boy, Georgia, Chicago." He East Coast basketball as well. So it was all good. I just say all that to say them the things that you might feel in that intensity tonight. And all that. And Royce O'Neal does that. And my man Dylan Brooks obviously, and I said, like I said, David Booker and Jalen Brunson go back when Luka was out for that first playoff season. Jalen Brunson sent them boys home, so they ain't never gonna forget that, I guess. But anyway, they ain't got to do it now. They got to buckle up and go get it popping. You know what I mean? And that's what it is, man. So it should be fun and it should be real interesting, man. Let me throw this link in there. I forgot all about that, and I apologize if I didn't throw it in there. But yeah, shout out. Other than that, just another game on the doctor. I don't think anybody who was in the chat earlier. Like I said, Torsan, let me throw that back on there because other people came in. Just we go over that real quick. The Knicks did waive Torsan, ladies and gentlemen. So now they got another two-way roster spot open. That could be anybody in the G League, or they might be looking at. I don't know. I know they do got a new open roster spot. So now we got like I said, a two-way roster spot open. Who they gonna bring up? I have no idea. But whoever they bring up. Hopefully, who knows they're even gonna play. but one thing about Mike Brown, he hasn't been playing anybody on the roster. So let's see how it goes. And obviously, we about a month away, ladies and gentlemen, and all this stuff really go down. We'll see, see who's gonna be here, who's not gonna be here. And if that's the case, then we just see how it goes, Shop House. But other than that, it really don't have nothing to do tonight. I just wanted to get that out there for all those who just probably wasn't aware or was aware. But then, like I said, Tucson is no longer a New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. He got waived. So now he just go on to find another team. He wasn't getting no burn, always in street clothes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So we move on to the next. But tonight, I'm looking forward to the Knicks going out there and just competing real hard. Hopefully they bring their A game. And I think, if we can contain Devin Booker somewhat and don't let Royce O'Neal shoot from out that three, because he's a streaky shooter out there. Royce O'Neal can streaky shoot from out there. He can get going out there in the three-point line. Though they only shoot 36% of the team, but that don't mean that on any given night they can shoot 40%. They knocking them down. So tonight we got to make sure we guard that line tonight. Like I said, I want to see how Cat going to deal with him and Mark Williams. Mark Williams is a pretty good defender down there. And also he can go on. He's a strong dude down there. He can dunk on you, do all them things too. Obviously, I wanted him in New York at one time when I thought his name was out there before he went to Phoenix. I wanted him over here in New York, to be honest with you. So, we got to contain him tonight. Other than that, let's go out there and play ball, man. Like I said, Ryan Dunn is out there. They got a good bench out there. They 24 and 15. 2020, they're looking to go somewhere. So, and they're in a tough West. So I'm looking forward to get it popping, man. What do you think we need to do with it tonight, man, to get this thing across the finish line tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep harping on the last game and games prior to this. When the Knicks play their game, when they play A1 basketball, you see it. Their assists are up. You know what I mean? I think we were over 30 assists last game. The rebound is up. We was almost 46 or something like that, 47 assists. Rebounds a game. I mean, almost 80% from the free throw line. Cat's getting to the line a lot. The last game he looked like a superstar like that. I just think that the Knicks, just really need to get out there and be gritty tonight, man. Play similar to the style of basketball like they played last game. That's what I want to see. Moving the basketball, kind of use Jalen Brunson as a secondary. Let the ball maybe run through Cat a little bit more to kick it back out to people. Cat is, when he gets the ball down in the post, or if he is in the post, he gets the ball, he immediately gets 2 to 3 defenders. So let's see if he can keep his head up on a swivel. If he gets that ball down there so he can pass it over his back like he does, or kick it back out to somebody to knock down a 3-point shot. Just move the ball. Move the ball is one of the most consistent. One of the best things that the Knicks can do to alleviate this fast-moving team and stuff like that. Get down there, score the ball fast, get back on defense. And I think I think our power play guys will come up to power play tonight. OGs, the McKells. I think all our starters. I think Deuce is another intricate piece. Clarkson. We got some pieces that are starting to get their minutes and show why they're getting those minutes. So I think the Knicks are going to get out there and play good basketball, man. Control the pace all day long.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. For me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, what's really interesting also, if the lineup stands true with Mitch, I'm not too keen with that tonight. I don't have a problem with Mitch playing anytime, whatever. Mike Brown only knows who he wants to play. But I think tonight would be a night instead of Mitch that you should start Deuce Bride, just due to the fact that's a shorter team. And Devin Booker, I think you don't want to wear out McHale chasing him around. You don't want to wear out Brunson. So I think tonight it would be like a Deuce Bride night for me to start Deuce Bride tonight, just due to the fact that I think he have a better chance of guarding Devin Booker than Mikal Bridges. Much I love Mikal Bridges, he's not like a great on-ball defender, but he's a good defender for his lanes and all that other stuff, playing on the wing, getting steals, blah, blah, blah. I don't think his ultimate bag is guarding one-on-one, but he plays, though. But he's a great help defender and all that. So I'd rather have Deuce Bride on him tonight, from my perspective, just to kind of help me to slow him down. AP, yeah, I think the salute to you as well, AP, excuse me for that. But yeah, I don't know if anybody's gonna take a shot at Anthony Davis with that hand out. I think he's out with a hand like you said, a hand. That's interesting, man. But we do know Trae Young got moved. That was interesting. I know it was coming, but to Washington, to me, what's crazy about that, it don't seem like, how would I say it? I would want to say this, and I could be wrong, but if they mustn't have that much care for respect for him to send him to Washington. Like, you would want to say, okay, if it's Trae Young, you've been part of this organization for a long time. And I get back to the Knicks thing. Just a thought in my mind. Why did they send him to Washington? I mean, they could have sent him to a contender or something, but maybe nobody bited on it. I don't know. But that's interesting that he went to Washington and he didn't go to a contender. Now, I ain't mad at him going to Washington because I hope Washington win a certain amount of games and we get to get that draft pick we looking for. So I ain't mad at it neither. That he sent to the I hope he helped Washington turn around with them young guys, Colin Berry and all them guys, and Star and all them guys. I hope he helped them win some games. When that help us out with that draft pick and everything like that. So, but other than that, that was interesting. But yeah, Anthony Davis, Yeah, he's just too injury prone, man, and skillful as he is, but we ain't going that route. And I would love to have him at one time if he had aspired, but I even changed my mind on that because I'm like, damn, it seems like every time he get off the injury report list, he right back on it. That shit is crazy. So but anyway, that's cool, but yeah, I don't think he's going nowhere, man. I don't think nobody gonna take a risk at that, man, because you don't know when that guy coming back and if he ever gonna stay healthy and get the rest of his career. He on that Kawhi Leonard type stuff. Kawhi, I meant to say, type Leonard type of injury history. So anyway, that's their problem, not ours. But tonight, I know we got to go out there and execute tonight, man. Go out there and play New York Knicks basketball like we did at the Garden, and just try to get out the victory, man, and get over to the next one, man. And that's what we need to do tonight. So I'm looking for our guys to come out there and do what they do. I want to see who they're going to throw on. Jalen Brunson, obviously, I don't think Kalepsy going to do anything with him. They might throw Dallin Brooks on him or Neal, like somebody said. But I do like our chances because they have one guy who literally can do that damn thing, and that's my man. I think the other guys are good ancillary players, like Dillon Brooks having a good year, but Dillon Brooks ain't no cat though. You know what I mean? Dillon Brooks is not that dude. You know what I mean? He's nice this year, but he ain't cat. So we got two guys out there bona fide like that, and they got a guy that's bona fide, but it's not about one or two players, it's about the whole team. So if they team come play better now, I don't care who on the court for us. They could be Jalen Brunson, Cat. They could score 40. I don't give a shit they score 40. But if the New York Knicks don't play collectively as a good team, they still lose the game. So let's hope that we all play collectively with our A game tonight, and Mike Brown have a good coaching night, and we go out there and get a victory shot, pal. And that's pretty much what it all boiled down to. I'm looking for us to go out there and do what we do to against these guys. Cause I don't think their numbers scare us that much. To be honest with you. So I do think that we got a chance to go out there and play these guys and be able to come out there with a victory. And I say all that to say, let me just put this out there right quick, and then we know we do that. But shot power, like for me, is right there. They fourth in offense rating, they 14th. Their defense is which really carries them. They 9th defense efficiency rating, and we 17th. So it's almost like we playing two different contrasting styles tonight. That they pretty much 14th in offense, we 4th. They 9th, but we 17th. So 9-point swing defense to offense, you could say. 10 points on the offense side of the ball, we 4th, they 10. That's a 10-point swing. On the defense, we 17, they 9. That's an 8-point swing. We 8th in the association, they 11th. So this is not a far off thing for the Knicks could lose that game just like they could lose that game. They set 12-5 at home, we 7-9 at home on the road. Pardon me. So what I'm looking for tonight, our offense to just do what they do against their defense. Yeah, if our offense can do our thing against their defense and vice versa, we need our defense to also be better than 17th tonight. I think we have a chance to do that. We got a good chance to win the game. If not, then they can win the game. That's pretty much how it goes tonight for me.
Yeah, I just want to say I said 6. I said 6 of 8 is 7 of 9. Sorry earlier. This team, this is a pretty messed up team right here. I mean, they're both all in top 10s or something. The defense has been better, and I mean, the lack of Josh Hart being here could skewed, and Deuce being out a little bit got the defense back down to 17. But after the last score that they had, if they can keep teams under 114 points again, and they'll get right back down to 12th, 11th again. So we just got a little bit of work to do to get back to those numbers. I mean that week of 125, 125, 130, 120, that really hurt the what we were making a good dent on in defense. And we can get back to that. The only thing we got to do is start reconnecting to the defense. You know what I mean? And once that gets back into play and they start looking with the fluidity that they were doing in the beginning of the year, we'll be fine. They looked good last game, and I think that break was a good. And they got another little break again. They got after Friday, they got a full Saturday and almost a Sunday. Or we almost could do a post game.
Right.
That's how many days they got on, because we haven't been able to, because it seems like the game's been back to back to back to back to back. So let's see what the Knicks can do with a little bit of break, a little bit of time in between the next game, and a little bit of rest before this game. Let's see what they're going to get out there and do. This is a perfect way to take away all the lose the under 500, not losing record, under 500 away games. So this is a good stretch of some teams that we should be able to maneuver through these four to get us back over 500 in away games.
Yeah, real talk. Salute to the chat, man. What's good, my man Warren Franklin. Warren, what's poppin'? Warren, what's good, my man? Mr. Tito's is definitely in the building. Mr. Tito's, what's good? Jay Choder in the building, man. I'm opening the panel. Jay Choder get in here in a minute. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Listen, it's Friday Night Knicks on KRT and MSG. So we trying to go out here in Phoenix and Cactus Land and see if we can do make that shit dry for them. Let me bring my boy in the building. He can get a poppin' with it. Jay Choder, what's good, my man? Hey, Jay Choder, hold on one second, Jay Choder, 1 minute. I got to throw the brother in the chat. Mr. John, what's good? Good to see you, my brother John, still Nick, and the other part of SKF. I ain't seen my man in a minute. Mr. J, what's good, my man? Good to see you. I just want to shout you out and say what's up, my man. Good to see you, John. Real talk, man. Hope everything is well with you and the fan, man. Thank you for coming in, John. Appreciate you, my man. Real talk, man. Love, my man. You already know how we do. Jay Choder, what's good, my man?
Chilling. First of all, let me say peace to John. Peace to you, John. Hope you and the family are doing real well. Happy New Year, John. You and your and son doing well in sports and all that. Blessings to you and yours. Peace to my brothers, Shy, Divine. You know, giving you that real talk on the regular basis. That's how we do it. Peace to the chat. Listen, I feel excited about this game. You know, I generally feel excited about every game, even during the slide. Like, I want to tell people that I didn't go into any one of those games saying, oh, you know, here we go again. Like, I don't normally feel that way in any essence, unless we have a handful of people, knock on wood, that are not around and not available. We'll always have a possibility. So I'm excited about this game. I think that we match up. I saw some matchups. We match up really well with this team. You know, I think this team really is about locking down the one guy you need to lock down the most. If you lock him down, and I think we're off to the races. I don't even, and this is not the fandom in me. I don't see them keeping it, and I know they just beat certain teams, but I don't see them keeping it up with us or keeping it close even. Like, if we lock, but that's if we lock the one guy down, and I believe that we can. We have the players that can do it. And what I love about our team is that we have players to switch off to do it. So you don't want to have to get overtired one guy, overtired Mikhail, overtired, you know, Deuce, overtired, whoever would just keep switching and switching. So, you know, we definitely, you know, I'm definitely excited. And peace to all y'all too, man. AP, and Darlene, Queen Darlene, and everybody. You know, we in the house right now. Knicks Real Talk, where it is.
Yep.
How you doing, brother? How you feeling about this?
Jay, I'm good, man. I tell you what I like about this game. I think you hit the head on. Obviously, the head of the snake is Devin Booker. You know, he's that guy who you can really go out there, and if he on, like I said, I think he got the, other than KD, I think this guy got the best pull-up jump shot in the game. It seems like he don't miss that shit, you know what I mean? So I think it's gonna be one of the nights where I think we need to make sure if Deuce McBride, like I said earlier, Jay Choden can make his percentage at least not respectable. I mean, Devin Booker is Devin Booker. You know, if he's gonna score 30, make him score 30 on not 50% shooting, maybe on 42. You know what I mean? And but even if Devin Booker goes off, you just need to clamp down on the rest of them dudes. You know what I mean? Like, one man can't beat five men. He can set the tone in a sense, but like, you know, that's what I loved about back in the day. I'd rather Michael Jordan score 55 than score 35, 10, and 4. You know, 35, 10, and 7. You know what I mean? Hey. So I don't have a problem with Devin Booker scoring a lot, but we don't want him. That means because if he's got the ball a lot, the other guy is not in the flow of the game. You know what I mean? So that's why I always appreciate about what if we can kind of get them other ancillary players that you guys always talk about, like that. Oh, you can't let a Royce O'Neal get out there and shoot 7 threes on us. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Like that, or if we could kind of, because like I said, Devin Booker is Devin Booker. That's why he is who he is. But I do think that we do have a dude that can kind of at least put some pressure on him. I don't think gonna stop him because he's who he is. But that's why I like to do some Brian Latchup, or you could throw Mikal on him occasionally. Or you could throw Anunoby on him occasionally. That's why I do like right now we do have 3 dudes. If Deuce McBride is starting, you got 3 dudes who you could throw at him every now and then, because I don't think the other guys like Royce O'Neal, I don't fear him from inside. He's just a good outside set 3-point shooter. He don't worry me too much. My man Keith Turner. Keith, what's good, Keith? I mean to break my flow, but salute to Keith. I want to say shout out to Keith Turner. What's good, Keith? Good to see you, my man. As long as I see you in the chat, I think you live and well, man. So good to see you, Keith. Real talk. But yeah, other than that, we just got to contain him. Mark Williams, he's a good center, but I don't think he's something that we need to worry about. What I do worry about though, if Cat need to match the physicality with him on the defense side of the ball. In other words, and don't let Mark Williams get too crazy, because we don't want Cat to get no stupid fouls. And then he got to go to the bench. But the guys I'm really worried about, to me, Jay Cho, the guys like Ryan Dunn, the guys coming off the bench, we got to watch out for them, because right now, other than who, Mitchell Robinson, Kolek, and Deuce. Clarkson. If Deuce is starting, then the Mitchell Robinson, Clarkson, and Kolek. Yeah, then everybody else is you know what I mean, until we get a little more stronger with Josh Hart and with Shamet come back. But if even in that case, the other guy got to step up. But I do notice, Jay Cho, and I give it to Sharp Powers, that the last game, I think Mike Brown did what we were talking about. They shortened the rotation.
Yeah.
He threw Selly in there. He didn't let them other guys get no burn the other night. You know what I mean? So he did shorten the rotation. So if he do that tonight, I think he just wanted more rhythm to the game. You know what I mean? Because like I said, when you're trying to play a lot of guys, there's not a lot of chance to get in the rhythm with your game. And I think he did that the other night. And he let Yabusele get the minutes, showcase him, and he responded. But you didn't see no DeWara. You didn't see McCullough Jr. Only person you see who's rightfully so deserved to be in the rotation is Tyler Kolek.
Yeah, and I 100% agree. And not to jump shot real quick, but just to piggyback, because I'm gonna lose it. I know, I'm turning in that 5 soon, and the brain. I'm starting to write down notes while you talk. I'm like, okay, let me remember this. That's why I started it off by saying it'd be great to have a rotation to stick Booker, like that way. Not one person gets tired. We can switch off on these guys. I was trying to remember, because their team has switched. Now, this is the center that you met. If you remember, I had mentioned a handful of times. This would be a good guy to have a backup when Mitch was out a long while ago. I've been talking about him for a long time. Remember,
I want him bad.
Right. I was like, yo, we need to get this guy. And then he failed that. Everything with the Lakers to me is kind of fugazi. I'm not quite sure what happened right there, but who knows? Maybe whatever it is. And he went back to Charlotte and he balled out. So the guy does have the ability to, and I'm just checking on the lineups and stuff like that. But as far as he goes, yeah, really what we need to do is play our game. What happened in the Clippers game is we played our game, and when we play our game and we don't get sidetracked, and and if everybody doesn't really still think that they weren't tired from that whole thing, and that they got a couple days rest and they got some practice in, and they went back to the drawing board, that's really what happened to me. And I'm gonna stick to that story, and I'm going from there. Now we're good. And I agree with you. We cannot let some other person and that's what they like to do with the Knicks. Some guy who usually might get 3, might get like 7 threes. No, by rotating on Booker, you could keep your hand in everybody else's face at every time.
Yep. Real talk. Yo, salute to Cam from the kickback shop. Powers, go ahead. Let me shut up, my brother Cam. Cam, what's good, my man? Good to see you. Jet for life. What's good, Jet? Good to see you as well, my man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Real talk Friday Night Knicks on KRT, man, and MSG, man. So we got to go out there and get a shot. Powers, I'll tell you this right here, man. This is when we can win. I definitely know. There's no doubt in my mind. We have the personnel to win this game, Shot Powers. As long as that personnel come and play hard and bring their A game tonight, I think that we definitely can win this game tonight.
Control the pace, grab your rebounds, hit your free throws, shoot over 37% from three-point land, get over 27 assists tonight, shoot about 80% from the free throw line tonight, and grab even more rebounds than I just mentioned. Let's go for 50 tonight. These are the things I'm looking to see from the team tonight in order for them to win. They did a lot of those things last game, especially by controlling the pace when they needed to and push the pace when they wanted to. I am 100% back on board, and I never fell off of the Knicks because of the 4-game skid that they had, the little rough patch that they had. I think the Knicks needed that rest, and I think they got another little bit of rest to get a little bit more in to play tonight. I think the Knicks win tonight convincingly, 127-115. And my player of the game tonight, I'm going to put it back on Deuce McBride again tonight because he has been playing phenomenal, almost 50% from three-point land. The guy is shooting the lights out, and I think he's going to go out there and play some great defense on Devin Booker if he's matched up with him, and I think he's going to start tonight. So let's get it. 125. 127-115. 127-115. Let's get it.
Yeah, I was telling Shot Powers earlier, ladies and gentlemen, because you know we like to have fun with it. I had 125-113 the other night, 123-111. 2 points. Yeah, I was like, somebody hit a bucket for the Clippers. And somebody knocked one down for the Knicks. I was like, damn, I finally got that damn score right. But we just be having fun with it, man. But it was fun. I was like right there. It was crazy. But real quick before I go to Jay Choden, ladies and gentlemen, in the NBA, Pelicans smashing the Wizards. Sixers got a 7-point lead on the Magic. The Grizzlies is pounding the OKC Thunder, pounding them so far. That's crazy right there. Raptors and Sixers, and the Celtics, 97-86 Celtics. Clippers and Nets. Clippers beating the Nets pretty much 16 points. Then everybody else haven't played yet. Only game on the docket that's interesting besides us, the Lakers and Bucks tonight, and the Hawks and Nuggets. They're not going away with. I don't know, but let's see what McCullough gonna do for them. But Jay Choden, man, give me some of your thoughts. What's your prediction? What's your score on this game, man? Give me what do the Knicks need to do tonight to come out this thing with a W instead of an L?
Definitely. Okay, so what I'm going to just say is real quick, as you know, I don't know if you do know or not, but it's JB, it's Deuce in the backcourt tonight. Yes. It's Mikhail, OG, and obviously Carl Town. I'm looking for. I think the recipe. I've been watching this really closely. Is pulling off Cat now that Mitch is playing. Pulling off Cat. Not only because he likes to start off the top, but letting him play more down low, but pulling him off the floor, period, to let Mitch play more. And then because instead of playing them together, giving them more rest, when he comes back in, he bursts. So let him, that when he starts, the two guys go back. And if you continue to pull Cat backwards like this, right? And that big man Williams, he's not an outside guy. He's an inside guy. You pull him out like that, two of their guys are going to come out there because they know he's fluid with they've been playing him for years in Phoenix.
Facts.
For years. All
Facts.
right. So you pull him out like that, they're going to collapse. We need to keep our hands on Grayson Allen. We need to keep our hands in front of all these other people who have a little shot. I want to see them do what they continue to do. I like a team. I would like to see the team with Kolik and Mitch and maybe one or two of our starters and Clarkson, and then JB and OG and Kolik and Cat and JB and Mitch. I want to see more of that If you could do more of that, you will have consistent 25 point or over scorers on the court always. And we won't have to worry about, is JB going to defer to Cat? Is Cat going to defer to him? You don't have to worry about that no more. I want to see the right, I think, and that's what they're going to have to do. And unfortunately, guys, I want to tell everybody, as much as we like these young guys, it's not really a year. They could get built up, they could work up, they could do everything they can, but we're going for a championship. And so you might see a lot more 1 minutes out of people who are not fully rotated. Because if we keep doing this 5 minute, 10-minute thing, no one's going to get the right burn. They're not going to get the right rhythm. So I'm looking for the point guard to roll, the young Coley to roll with Cat, and JB to roll with Robinson on a regular basis after the beginning starts. And then they could end the way they begin. That same lineup could end the way they begin.
Okay.
And I think the score, sorry for me going the long route on that, because, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot, but something like that. Yeah, but, you know, mix it around. So I go, I'm going to go, how their defense is. I'm going to go 121. I'm going to go 121, 107.
That's a good one.
New York Knicks.
Good. I like that.
121, 107.
I like Queen Darlene's score. Queen had 125, 105. That's good. So to me, that's their point. If they defense kind of play, I can see all these numbers you want Shy and Queen Darlene talk about. We just got to bring our defense, and they bring our A game, because we don't. They will come out there and beat us, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not make no mistake about it. If the Knicks don't bring their A game tonight, Phoenix will run us up out of there. So, but I do think if we on our game, which I think we got to pound the glass and like Shaw Powell to get them assists up, because when we move that ball and guys scoring, or all depends what the situation is, because it might be a time where if no guy they ain't scoring, then Jalen Brunson might say, get on my back tonight. I don't know. You know what I mean? Thank God we got a guy like that, because every night when you play against certain teams, remember, they got a good defensive team over there. So depends on what their defense do can dictate how we get down tonight. Their defense is on point tonight. It might be a long night in a sense, but if our offense can kind of match their defensive intensity tonight, and everybody will eat tonight. But we'll see how it goes. But I do know one thing: we got a couple of guys over there that can take this game and send it home for us. We got Big Cat and Brunson, and I think Anunoby and McKellen are getting to their game tonight, hopefully. But we just got to play tonight. I think we play tonight real quick. Let me say this here. My biggest thing tonight is rebound that basketball, guard that three-point line. Do not let these dudes act like they all shoot 50% on us tonight. You know what I mean? Top out, if we could guard that three-point line tonight and rebound and do the assists that you're talking about, I think we got a really good shot at winning this game. So I'm going to go out on the limb and say it's going to be a contrast to their defense because our offense, because that's the situation. I think the New York Knicks tonight went out there and get their average tonight, 120. I'm going to go 121, a point down. Jay Chosen, I'm going to go 120, 113. I think we're going to get back to our season average, 120, 113.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yep, and Nick Yak, real quick, I can't even front. The last game, that big lineup was doing work the other night against the Clippers. I ain't going to front. That Mitchell Robinson and Cat lineup with them, they were doing some work the other night. I got to give them credit on that. So that's a good one, Nick Yak, because they were doing some good things the other night. And then Deuce McBride as well. So let me see, man. Let's go get it, man. We're going to get this game popping. Then Sunday's game is at, make sure I don't forget about that. The next
damn $1, man.
Yeah, exactly. Knicks and Blazers, ladies and gentlemen, at 6 o'clock. We'll be in the building around 4:45, 5 o'clock on Sunday, and then enjoy the weekend, man. Let's go Knicks. Let's get this win. We're gonna enjoy
Snacks.
this game, man.
Can't even see it. Snacks.
Yeah, right, man. And make sure y'all hit that button for your brothers, man. Jay Chosen, always thank you for coming in, my brother, being part of this.
Always, man. Always, man.
You know,
always looking for my brother.
Everybody in the chat. Y'all have a good night. Have a good weekend, man. We'll see y'all Sunday. Let's go, Knicks.
Hit them likes, man. Hit
them likes, man. Let's get this thing going for your brothers, man. We'll see y'all, man. Until then, Shot Powers, I'll talk to you, my brother. Jay Chosen, I'll talk to you.
You're ready.
Y'all enjoy the weekend. I'll see you guys on the next episode, my man. We out, man.
I've been eating Mike and Ike's longer than Josh Hart.
Okay, I got 3 packs in the car too. I got. Big job.
You are now about to witness
Knicks real talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't news on YouTube, frugal with stats as usual. Fact, it's your man, the brand is hands on, going hard like Talisman. Who style this? Aiming at your mental with the game analysis on a pregame show. Read the script, you know we get it like crypto in the rip though. I side really crypto, not from the get go. The Knicks show, it's the co-pilots and they top like Microsoft. We hot like salt, we can't teach trip from leading up to football. We shoot like confident, put your Nick content in beast mode like my charm. We a cheat code, we roll the ball too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Price Knicks going to the wire. Hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, career popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your broke to the lens of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding the orange blue sky. And Metropolitan, we connect in the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming, I made the platform of passion. Fans asking who the creed that's in the building, killing this Knicks assassin.
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire! He's on fire! He's on fire!